Landing your first midterm rental insurance contract is not difficult, but landing more than one over and over again is what separates a seasoned corporate housing midterm rental insurance expert from an amateur. And there's a few things that will lead to that, and this is the most overlooked strategy in our midterm rental insurance space, especially if you're looking to get consistent results. Now, not doing these things or not doing this specific thing will cost you a lot of money, and it will cost you thousands and thousands of dollars worth of contracts you could receive if you do implement this strategy. So what exactly could I be talking about? Well, let's keep a few things in mind here. The midterm rental insurance space is a relationship-based business. And one way for sure to not build a relationship is by just simply dropping your name in the properties database that exists out there and then simply waiting for a response. Can you imagine if you wanted to reach out and get a job and you just applied and then just waited? Well, you could land a job, and maybe you've done it in the past that way. What are the odds of you actually being able to land jobs like that over and over again? We've all been down that path where you just submit an application and wait. That is not the way to go. The successful midterm rental insurance operator and investor that continues to get deals and time again is the one that knows how to fish. So my goal is to actually showcase the importance of this and how you can do that. And one way to do this is by having a very clear outbound strategy. Now, having an outbound strategy is forming a relationship. Now, keep in mind, when you're forming a relationship, you always want to keep who in mind? The person on the other side. And the biggest mistake that investors are making that are looking to break into this space is they make it all about themselves. It is not about you. It is about the person on the other side. And there is the right person to reach out to, and there's the incorrect person to reach out to. The right person you want to reach out to is the one that is in a position to continuously be in the service of providing a service to help displaced families find furnished accommodation providers like yourself. Now, what you can do, and the best thing that you should do, is to make sure that you're staying in the forefront of their attention and asking them what they need. Most importantly, asking them how you can help them and understanding how they go about being helped. If you're currently getting value from watching this video, you'll want to make sure you take a second and click below to grab the midterm rental insurance blueprint to help accelerate your process in being able to land these midterm rental insurance contracts with respect to your marketplace. Make sure you click the button below and grab it and continue on with the gems in this video. Is it periodically reaching out to them? Is it periodically calling them, texting them, emailing them? Is it you providing them an option for them to be able to find you? What does that look like? And the answer is, it depends across the board. So while there are multiple databases which you can enter their names in, etc., it's in your best interest to reach out to them and ask them, what is the best way that I can help you? Do you want to see a list of properties? Do you want me to provide an exhaustive list of all my properties? Can I periodically check in with you? Remember, one of the things that the founder of Ford said, if I would have asked what people wanted, they would have told me a more powerful horse or stronger horse. But then he created the car, right? And so you also want to factor in their needs and how they want to be received, but you also want to give them some better options that, hey, would this make your life better? Would this make your life easier, right? So one of the things you want to do is periodically reach out and hear, what is the best way that I can serve you? How can I help relocate a family in this area? Are there other areas where you might be in need? Can I be a resource? Is there someone I can connect you with? Understanding what exactly they might need, how to help them go about expediting the process of relocating a family. You know, how do they like to receive the information? How would they like to see the information? What information do they need to see? Square footage, bedroom size? What is it exactly that they want? Addresses, zip codes? What is it exactly that you can provide to them that will make their life easier in being able to find your information? Is it having the city and the name and the state and subject line and business name? Ask them these very detailed questions, and you only got to get it right once, because I always say that in this space, it's all about the quality, not quantity, the amount of contacts that you have. So the best outbound strategy that you can do are one of two things. You want to be able to have a way to reach out to them. One way to do this is by leveraging what is online as far as their emails go. One of the tools that we use is apollo.io to get an email. Once you get an email, you want to ask for permission. You want to make sure that, am I speaking to the right person? Is this the individual that I need to be speaking to? Do you happen to have anyone else in your office who may be able to point me in the right direction and be able to provide inventory to help you temporarily relocate families, right? What do you need to see? Who can I send the information to? Is it okay if I periodically follow up, right? And then most importantly, here's the biggest key one, is you want to let them know that if it's not a good fit or if they're not the right person, do they have someone on their team who they would be able to send your email and forward it to? If you're doing email, if it's on the phone, is there someone else that I can speak to that may be aware of, relocating families in my specific region? Oh, there isn't a specific region. Well, then who handles all the regions? Find out that information. Once you find that information, ask for permission to follow up, and then ask for the best method to follow up. See, the mistake that we make is we make an assumption that this is how people want to be, addressed. This is how people want, to do business with. Ask them what's the easiest way for you to do business with them. Ask them for that position. That is the best outbound strategy that you can do, because you essentially received permission to then receive access in a certain way, or you've received permission to engage with them and build a relationship. It's like asking for, what someone would like to eat on a first date, or they like X amount of foods versus the other type of foods. Do they have any dietary restrictions? You want to make that. A lot of us are just picking the date, picking the place, not asking the time, not asking if it's convenient, not asking for any dietary restrictions, and that is not a good way to start a relationship. So make sure the best thing you can do is ask them how they want to be dealt with. Ask them how they want to be served. Ask them how they want a service provider like you to provide service to them. What's the easiest way to make their life easy? And I promise you, if you come from a place of service, it will always go above and beyond for them to keep you top of mind, because it's nothing like being very easy to work with, and they will recognize that. They will keep you top of mind. They will save your information. They will continue to do business with you because they see you as an ally. Bonus tip, it's also very important for you to be of service even when you're 100% occupied. I get a lot of questions around, what do I do when I'm 100% occupied? Well, what could you do? If this is a friend, if this is a relationship manager, if this is someone that you're trying to help, can you be resourceful? Who Not How is one of the best books you can read, because it thinks about, it's not about you solving the problem, it's about who are the right who's that can solve the problem. And even if you go out of your way and try to find the right who, or even if you go out of way to try to find a solution, keep in mind that that in itself goes a long way, and there are going to be lots of reward for being able to go out of their way, because I always think of, wow, that person really went out of my way to try to help me when they didn't need to. And when you can come and start optimizing from a place of service, that's when the game changes dramatically. You really want to make sure that you're coming from a place of service, because place of service is you provide service even when you don't need anything. We don't have any expectations to receive anything out of it. And when you do that, it will become genuine, and you will see that you will not only reap what you sow, but there will be an abundant amount of opportunities that come your way when you become a service provider in your marketplace. One last thing I like to do is always playfully say that if there's anything that they need in my current marketplace, X city or X town, just think of me first. You have to train people to think about you. The way to do it is to do it through repetition. You don't do this once, you do it repetitively, but you also ask permission to be repetitive. How often do you want me to follow up? Monthly, quarterly, daily? What's okay? Is it okay, by the way, if I follow up, once a week? Is it okay if I follow up once a month? Does that work with you? Is it okay? What's the best way for me to reach back out to you? Does the call work? Does a text work? How about me sending you an email with an exhaustive list of all of our properties that are available? Do not sleep on being able to ask people of how they want to do business, and then that becomes your outbound strategy once you've received the initial permission. Keep that in mind. The tools are there. The relationship, technology will change, but building relationship and the fundamentals of building relationships do not change very much. And that is the biggest oversight in this day and time and age when we really want to focus on leveraging tools and technology and who, not how. Who, not how is good. It doesn't always have to be technology. It can be, as long as we're going back to the fundamentals of being a service provider at the individual level, where you're looking to help somebody on the other side that has the exact same interest that you do, where all parties will win. You help enough people get what they want, you will have what you want. And I hope and I trust that you will use this outbound strategies to change the outcome of your business, to then help displaced families so that you can increase your occupancy and profitability. If you found value in watching this video, make sure you watch the other video called Elevate Your Midterm Rental Game with these game-changing strategies. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you soon.